Hello darlings, thank you for tuning in for another beer review. It's Beer Monster O'Clock. And I'm excited about this one actually, because I'm doing another one by the Wye Valley Brewery. And I did one the other day called Butty Bach, and it was very, very nice. So I see this on the shelf and I noticed it was by the same guy, so I thought I'm going to have to give that one a go, because if it's anything like Butty Bach, I'm in for a nice treat, and it'd be rude not to explore more beers from the brewery when I've found a beer that I really like by them. So it's a no-brainer really to give this one a go. It is, as I say, by the Wye Valley Brewery, and it's called HPA. HPA, what the bloody hell does that mean, you may be saying? It stands for Hereford Pale Ale. So 4% ABV. I think Butty Bach was 4.5, so that's a little bit more on the sort of easy sessioner side of things, isn't it really? Let's look at your bottle. Quite a basic looking bottle, but I do like that colour blue. Bottle cap for you collectors. 500ml bottle this. I picked it up from Asda for £1.80, so that's quite cheap as well, because it's also in the 4 for 3 deal. So yeah, if you're picking up 4 bottles, that actually does make it quite a respectable price, doesn't it? Let's crack it open and see what it's like. Let me know if you've tried this one, guys, whether on bottle or on tap, and what do you think of it. I also think it's bottle conditioned. I'm not sure. It doesn't actually say bottle conditioned on it that I can see, but there's a big clue to it on the back. It says it says store upright, serve lightly chilled, pour with care to leave natural sediment in the bottle. Now that is one way of telling you it's bottle conditioned in my eyes without actually writing it, because if there's sediment in here, it's bottle conditioned, isn't it? Let's chuck it in the glass anyway. And that, as you may know, is a very good thing when it comes to real ales. If it's bottle conditioned, they tend to be much better, much closer to actually drinking it from the cask, which is of course the best way. But when they're bottle conditioned, they tend to be very, very close indeed, from my experience anyway. Quite a small head, but it's pale straw sort of colour, I would say. Steady levels of carbonation, nothing too crazy, which is good. That's sort of how I like my ales. Don't want it to be over carbonated. I've noticed with a lot of the bottle conditioned ones, they do tend to be less carbonated as well, which is another good thing for me. And I can see lots of sediment floating around in this beer. You probably won't pick it up on camera because it's like micro sediment, but it's literally everywhere. Here's a little close up. You're probably not going to see it. There you go. Don't think you can see it, but trust me, it is there. Anyway, let's get the nose in there and check out the aromas of this HPA Hereford Pale Ale. See if it's going to be anywhere near as good as that Butty Bach one. Either I've come down with something, or there's bugger all aroma to this beer, I tell you. I can't smell anything. Very, very light aroma. I'm going to say I can detect a very, very subtle Nat's Cock amount of citrus. And to be perfectly honest, maybe a tiny hint of the sweet malt, but it's very, very light on aroma. So yeah, not impressed by the aroma at all really, but it can smell like bugger all. I'd rather it smell like bugger all than shit, and as long as it tastes nice, that's all that really matters, unless you're a bit of a beer sniffer. As long as the beer tastes nice and has no unpleasant aromas, for me, that's all that matters. So let's give it the benefit of that, chuck it down the neck and see if I think it's worth a buy. Cheers everybody. Bosh. Okay. First impressions, it ain't no Butty Bach. Yeah, I think I can see why I couldn't smell much on the aroma, because it doesn't taste like much at all. It's a very, very sessionable sort of taste to it, easy drinking sort of taste, but it's a bit flavourless, a bit watery. The mouthfeel's not too bad. I'd say quite light mouthfeel, but it's got that smoothness to back it up, you know, from the bottle conditioning, so it's not unpleasant or nothing like that. Your head like pissed straight off back to Hereford. Yeah, bit underwhelmed. I was expecting better from the same guys who made Butty Bach, but let's go again. Just massively lacks in any flavour in comparison to Butty Bach, or just pale ales in general. It's a little bit flavourless. There's some gentle citrusy notes in here, like a touch of grapefruit. There's barely any malt. I would say it's more hoppy than malty. I just can't really detect any malt in here. Let me try again and just think about malt. Very, very subtle. Yeah, there's a low bitterness to it. It's one of them beers, I'll be honest, there's no off taste to it. There's nothing artificial about it. There's nothing particularly horrible about it. But at the same time, there's nothing particularly nice about it. It's a bit of a nothing beer. You know, it's smooth enough. It goes down easy enough. It's quite refreshing. Perhaps it'll be more suited to the summer on a session. But it's just really lacking in flavour. It's just really watery, and I'm just really disappointed. Really am disappointed with this one. But it's not terrible, but it's just there's nothing there. There's nothing there to get excited about. It's just so forgettable. What am I going to remember this beer by? Just not being Butty Bach. Make sure you pick the right one up, and it's not this one. You get Butty Bach, because that's the good one. This one, not so much. It's slightly drying on the end. Touch of a floral hop as well. But honestly, that's about all I can pick up. And also, another thing I will say is, okay, I don't like my ales over carbonated. But this one's gone flat extremely quick, to the point where it's near enough dead now. Look at that. It just looks like a urine sample now, doesn't it? A slightly dehydrated urine sample from the day after getting absolutely smashed off your man's breasts. Yeah, it's got a bit flat. Anyway, enough moaning. As I say, it's not the worst thing in the world. Score out of 10. Well, first of all, do I think it's worth a buy? Would I buy it again? No, absolutely not. Better options out there, much better options. If it was the only thing on cask and I didn't fancy a lager or whatever, would I buy it again? Possibly. But it's just a bit of a nothing tasting beer. It'd certainly have to be in the summer. Yeah, I can't recommend this one. Not that there's anything really too bad to say about it. It's just lacking anything good. I'm going to go in with 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, I just can't give it no higher, because there's nothing to really mark, because it don't taste like bugger all. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have done, smash the like button for us. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like beer. And until the next one, guys, bye bye, darlings.